Alrighty, what's going on, low coders? Just a quick follow-up video here from the couch after the recent live build. So in that live build, we were playing around with CSVs, how we can upload it, preview the contents of that CSV, and then either add one by one to a table. So we can add rows to a table, or we can bulk upload using the API or make. Now, in some cases, make might actually be more reliable when using the API to bulk upload. But I'm going to address all that stuff in another video. This video is just about massively simplifying the way we extract data from the CSV on the back end. And it's very straightforward. It's pretty awesome. So basically all we need to do is we have a file picker here. Now you can just click this and upload a CSV. And the moment that's uploaded, we'll see an instant preview of the contents of the CSV. So in this case, I'm just previewing the wines. Now, to add the wines to the table, all we have to do is click them and they're instantly added to the wines table. And you can see I can actually repeat this and we've got them kind of duplicated. But you could filter that out, of course. But that's not really what this video is about. What this video is about is the back end. So how do you do this? You have a text column, and here I've just called it CSV link, and this is where we're uploading the CSV. Next to this, we got a get web page source column, and we're just targeting that link. Next to this, we have a little bit of JavaScript, and you don't have to worry too much about this JavaScript. All it's doing is basically for each row, it's just turning it into a JSON object and then returning everything as an array. So if you look here, we've got name, size, varietal, regions, winery regions, and then we've got the individual items. So we've got this wine, this wine, this wine, etc. And they're all spaced out line by line. All this does is take the titles of the columns in the CSV and puts them as keys and then just adds the values next to it. So now we've got a beautiful JSON array that we can extract data from or even display as a collection on the front end like we are using the helper table. So this is like the user table. This is all you need to do in the user table. A link for the CSV, get web page source to actually extract the contents, and then we're just going to use this JavaScript column with P1 set as the extracted data. And this is just creating a JSON array. You can see here, JSON array. So that's the user table. In the wines table, this is just where we're going to store the eventual data. So I can delete those duplicated rows. So this is where we're going to just store the data. And the preview table, which is like our helper table, I've massively simplified how this works too. So a lot of you are familiar with this method of getting the row index. So all we need to do for that is basically look up the row IDs of this table. So we're just going to get all the row IDs. And then we're going to find element index. We're going to search through all of those row IDs we just collected. And we're going to find at what point the current row ID sits. So this one will be position 0, this will be position 1, etc. So we've got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we just need to basically create a query so we can extract object number 0 from that array, object number 2, object number 3, and then that's it, right? So we've got the data here. This is just a template column, and I've just got a little $sign and square brackets with an X in the middle. And I'm just replacing X with the current index number. So I've got $0, $1, and all that's going to do is $0 will just return us this first item. $1 will return us this second item. $2 will return us this. We're just returning objects from that array. And that's what we're doing here. So this is the query. This column here is just a query JSON column. And the JSON we're going to query is that array of objects from the user table. So we just get that array of objects from the user table. And the query we're going to do is just this query here, because this will get us each individual item. So that query will return this. And you can see here we've got the first object, we've got the second object, we've got the third object, so on and so forth. And then all you need to do is add another query JSON column, and you literally just type in the name of the key and it will give you the value. So in this case, the key is name, and that's going to return this. If we put size as the key, it returns the value. So we just repeat that for as many columns as there are. So we just, in this column, we want the name. In this column, we want the size. Here we want the varietals. Here we want the winery. And here we want the region. And that's all. And by the way, if you ever have, let's say the name of the key was a little bit more complex. It was like, let's say something like wine/name. You could just put it in these little, I don't know what they're called, but you can just put them in this and it will work. Or if there's a space, you can just put them in between these little, it's next to the 1 on your keyboard, and you just put them in that and it will fetch it. But in this case, I've just simplified the names of the columns. So that's it. It's really simple. And then basically, if you just hide, those other columns, we have a very nice clear preview of the data in this CSV. And then to add them as a row, on the preview table, we just basically just add row, right? So we're adding a row to the wines table, and we're setting the wine/name as the name column, so on and so forth. And just makes it very, very easy. So I probably will dive into some other API-based methods, but this is very, very cool and very simple. A few people have said that sometimes the Glide API is not reliable if you're adding like mass data. I haven't run into any issues, but using this method, you can very easily just use a webhook and get make to add rows to the table. But yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoy your weekend, and I will see you probably in the Q&A. See ya.